Now let's next consider factoring the trinomial negative 10x to the third plus 5x squared plus 140x. Now you recall that the very first thing you always look for in any factoring problem is the greatest common factor of all the terms. And in this case, the greatest common factor could either be 5x or negative 5x. I'm going to choose to factor out a negative 5x. So when we do that, we will have the negative 5x times the quantity 2x squared minus x minus 28. Now the reason that I chose negative 5x for the greatest common factor is because it makes the coefficient of the x squared term, which is 2, positive, and that will make it a bit easier for us to factor the trinomial. Let's now next tackle factoring the trinomial 2x squared minus x minus 28. Now we know if it's factorable, it will factor into the product of two binomials. So what we'll do is set up two parentheses and make some educated guesses about what goes into position of each of those binomials. So we'll write next then, negative 5x. We always want to carry the common factor along in each step. Now we know that the first terms in each of the binomials must, when multiplied, produce 2x squared. So I think you'll agree with me that the only options then would be for 2x being in one binomial, then x being in the other. Now, the next terms in the binomials multiplied together must be negative 28. And so the options we have would be 7 and 4 or 28 and 1. Now, let's suppose that we tried perhaps 7 in this position here and 4 here. Now if we look at the outer product, that will produce 14x, and the inner product will produce 4x. Now regardless of what we make the signs of the 7 and the 4, I think you can see there's no way that a 4x and a 14x can add together, even if one of them is negative, to produce a middle term of negative 1x. Now before we abandon the 7 and 4 as a possible combination, let's interchange their positions in the two binomials. So let's write next then, negative 5x times the quantity 2x, and let's put the 7 here now, and the 4 here. Now let's next look at the outer product. The outer product in this case will be 8x, and the inner product will be 7x. So I think you can see if the 8x were negative and the 7x positive, then the sum of those two would produce a middle term of negative 1x. So to make the 8x negative, what we need to do is put a minus here. To make the 7x positive, we need a plus here. So then our final answer will be, for the completely factored form of the original trinomial, negative 5x times the quantity 2x plus 7 times the quantity then x minus 4.